The following is a presentation of Studio Audrain, powered by the Mexico Ledger.
And good morning. Welcome back to another edition of Community Matters, a Studio Audrain production powered by the Mexico Ledger. I'm your host, Sky Strauss, and I'm here with our Chief of Mexico Public Safety Department, Brice Mesko.
Hi, how are you?
So recently in the news, we've seen a lot of reports of fires in the home. I know that recently there was one in a doghouse and one in a home here in Mexico. So I think the source of both of those were space heaters or heat lamps.
Yeah, they were involved in the fires. So yeah, it's been very cold lately, and cold weather is hard on people and on equipment, which means people often want to go to alternative heat sources, often need to go to alternative heat sources, and that's perfectly fine. We just would ask that when people do that, they use whatever the heat source is, how it's designed to be used. And that would include if it's like, say, an electric space heater, try not to have stuff too close to it, because flammable things. Watch the electric cords, make sure they're not frayed. Watch if you're using extension cords that you're not overloading and overheating your extension cords. Watch things like throwing clothes. We'll see that sometimes, throwing clothes over the top of cords, because that can trap heat, or over the top of the heater itself, because obviously that can trap heat and sometimes cause a fire. So yeah, really just using things how they're designed. We'll see people try to thaw the pipes under their house with heaters, and that's a perfectly good option. Again, just try to maybe keep it away from the insulation where it's at its hottest. And same thing with heat lamps. If you have heat lamps for, say, chickens or anything, keep in mind that your bedding that you have is flammable, so you don't want the heat lamp to be creating too much heat. So yeah, really that would just be the thing. Would really stay away from, sometimes we see people use their ovens for heat. So they try to just open the oven and turn it up and let that heat the house. That's not the best idea, because that's not how they're designed. The element will get too hot, can cause like a grease fire or whatever, unless your oven is 100% clean, which no one's is, and stuff like that. And then we've seen people do things like take little campfire kits and try to do open flame fires in their house. They think it's controlled because it's in some kind of little portable grill, a portable grill type thing that people use when they're camping. Still not the best idea. That stuff can create like carbon monoxide, and anything that's openly burning, it needs to find a way to vent. So yes, we would just ask people to just use things how they're designed and try to get through the cold the best they can.
Are there any other alternative methods that maybe we recommend for heating a home, or just keeping the heat in, maybe?
Keeping the heat in, sure. So if you want to plan a little bit as the winter comes, people do put plastic on windows. People do put weather strips around doors. Some people just, when they realize things are really drafty in the most extreme temperatures, they might just use towels or something under their doors, which is perfectly great, or hang a blanket between their window and the rest of the house. Any kind of weatherization stuff is a good move, and maybe just wearing some extra clothing and stuff like that. Everyone needs to be safe. You can't comfortably live in a house if it's only like 40, 50 degrees, obviously. So yeah, you got to get the temperature up a little bit, or try to keep the heat in, but just try to watch how far you're going with it.
Well, thank you very much for all of that, and I hope that the rest of you guys are staying nice and warm this winter, as warm as you can.
Right.
And thank you again for joining us for another edition of Community Matters, a Studio Audrain production powered by the Mexico Ledger.